This video will discuss the motives and methods of Southern Unionists from 1800 to 1900. Unionists had various motives for promoting union with Britain. The first motive was the economic motive. Southern Unionists feared losing their economic status if the Union was broken. The focus for those in the South was land loss and their agricultural status. They feared that if the Union was broken, they would lose their status as the Protestant ascendancy class. This fear began due to the nationalist involvement in the Land League. Southern Unionists feared that this movement would take over control of their land. The second motive was the religious motive. The religious argument against Home Rule was hardly present among Southern Unionists. The divide in the North of Protestant Unionists and Catholic nationalists was not so prevalent in the South. Indeed, many Catholics in the South were Unionist. However, there was some degree of religious motive. The final motive for Southern Unionists was the imperial motive. While both groups of Unionists held this motive, it was stronger among the South. Unionists feared that if Home Rule was granted, the Empire would disintegrate, undermining the United Kingdom's internal relationships. If Ireland was granted Home Rule, it was likely that other parts of the Empire would want independence too. Loss of the Empire would also have a knock-on effect of reducing business possibilities. Looking now at the methods used by Southern Unionists. Southern Unionists used a strongly constitutional approach to protecting the Union with Britain. This can largely be explained by considering their position. They were a small minority and so could not afford to be overly forceful or aggressive. They used four main methods which will be discussed now. The first method used by Southern Unionists was using their connections with the Conservative Party to promote their cause. Southern Unionists struggled to gain Irish seats in the House of Commons because they were a minority. Therefore, as their second method, they stood for election in British constituencies instead of constituencies in Ireland. The third method used by Southern Unionists was propaganda. They made use of propaganda on the mainland, distributing 280,000 pamphlets in the 1885 election. They also expressed their views through newspapers such as the Irish Times and the Dublin Daily Express. The fourth method used by Southern Unionists, and the most important method, was their use of their position in the House of Lords. Here they used their wealth and family connections to promote their point of view: maintenance of the union between Britain and Ireland.